Hey Rocky, it's Norma. I'm going ahead and recording this video for you. Thanks for giving me that call this morning so that I can better learn about, what your business goals are, what you would like to know about how I can help in terms of getting you that web page, learning more about the lead generation services and so forth. So I'll explain a little bit on here. I do have your Facebook page up, as you can see here, and it's did a great job as far as getting this Facebook page created a while back, because this is gonna kind of help boost your site. And you can tell because when we Google it's wood refinishing San Antonio that you're up on the first page, and I'll get into that here in a little bit. But what I would do for this is great to have. I would definitely at least post once a week for anything that you do. And I like that you also have some befores and afters and also some videos. People love to watch videos. And they also like the before and after. So keep up with this. I did click on your what you put here as your website, and as you probably already know that it's the site can't be reached. So not able to do that. So going back here. Okay, and then of course you have your followers and phone number put on there. So everything is good here as far as your web page. But I've noticed that a lot of contractors, whether they're in San Antonio, pretty much across the country, a lot of contractors, they'll have a web page, not a web page, but a Facebook page, but they won't have a website. And that puts you behind the curve, because if you're not in, in the digital space right now, when it comes to a web page, you're almost behind the curveball. And the reason why I say that, and I've probably explained this to you before, is that when people are looking for your services, whether it's wood resurfacing, refinishing, or installation, Facebook is not the first place they're going to go to look for services. They're going to definitely go to the search engines. They use either, MSN, Bing, Yahoo, more than likely Google. And that's where they're going to look for their services. So definitely need to get you onto that internet web space with a website. And let me just show you here too. So when I did the wood floor refinishing San Antonio, and you've probably done this yourself, of course you come up with on the second on the map section here, and then you're also on this first page, right? And that's with your Facebook page. Now this being over here on this map section, this is telling me that you've applied for a Google My Business account, because anyone who's on this map section has to have a Google My Business account. And you're probably on here because you have your name, address, and phone number on online directories. They're called citations. So I can't tell because you don't have a website for me to look as far as what business directories that you're on. But again, like yellowpages.com, localbiz.com, Yelp, and even any of the like Home Advisor, Thumbtack, and so forth. If you get listed on those things, that'll help boost you up here as well. The only problem with being in this map section here is that any other flooring companies can come along, create a Google My Business account. If they're on more online directories that you are, then they can bump your business or any one of these business out and take your places. Okay. So where you really want to be is down here in the bottom, and not only for the wood floor refinishing San Antonio, but for wood floor installation and anything that you want. Maybe you want to add the concrete on there too, but I'm going to stick to wood for the purpose of this video. And so I also did wood floor installation San Antonio, and so you don't really rank for this term, wood floor installation. And as you can see here, I don't see any, I don't see your business listed up here. It's mostly for the refinishing. And we talked about that a little bit earlier. So I tried to look here on this page to see who your competitors are. And a lot of times you're going to see the national, the Yelp.com, and again, the yellowpages.com. You'll see them a lot of times in services niche or in those industries. You'll see them up here on the top. And I looked at SA Flooring Perfections, and I really can't compare your business to them because they're more of, yes, they do floors, they do installations and repairs, but they're also sales. So they have a showroom and so forth. Angie's List, again, just like Thumbtack and Home Advisor. Here's Home Advisor. The same thing with Hicks Carpet San Antonio. Even though it says San Antonio, they're actually a national. So I can't compare you to things like them or the Pride Floors, same thing. The closest business that I came to was this footprintfloors.com, which provides both the installation and the refinishing for hardwood floors. And so when I clicked on theirs, and I already clicked on theirs, so Footprints Floors, as you can see here, let's see if I can. And see, in addition to hardwood, they also do laminate, stone, tile, vinyl. They also do carpet, stairs, and baseboards, but their services are similar to yours, which is, and I'm trying to see, here we go. Right here, so, the floor refinishing, hardwood. And then, of course, all these may come with or without the hardwood. Other than the carpet, these four right here. So closest thing that I found, so what I do is I take your competitor, so let's say this is your competitor for that term, wood floor installation San Antonio, and I use this tool, it's called Ahrefs, and so I put their domain up here to see what they're doing, really dig into their website. And so this is how I kind of take a look at the competitors for my clients and see what the competitors are doing and try to either replicate them. Well, I do replicate some of their efforts and then also try to beat them. And I'll show you what I mean by that. So going back again, I'm going to go back to this wood floor installation. So usually most services have a map section up here. And I talked about being on online directories. And so when I go over here, I can see, so these are some of the referring domains are some of those online directories that this Footprints Floors is on. So I'll show you here in a minute. So they're on helpsellinghome.com, latestbusinessreport.com. So they're on all these different, they're listed on these different directories or domains, or they even do blogs and so forth. So what I can do is I can go to this website, look at all their, all their referring domains and get the same ones and put it on my website, or if you're going to actually have one that's specific to your business or one that you're branding, a website that you're buying for yourself versus a lead generation, I would put this on your website. Try to get some of the same ones and then add more. And that's the way you can beat them as far as on the referring domains part. The other thing too is, in addition to referring domains, is what they call backlinks. And what a backlink is basically a website that's linking back to yours. So what's important about this is that it gives your website, or it tells Google, hey, you know what, this website that I'm referring back to, they're really a flooring company. It's really someone providing that service. So it gives relevance to your website. And so the same thing here, I can go to this footprintsfloors.com and see what backlinks they have. And then I can get the same backlinks. And one example when I say backlinks, so let's say, and it will be great if you can, if we can get a backlink, like let's say from Lowe's or Home Depot, HGTV, homemagazine.com, if we can get one of those national websites to talk about yours or to refer back to yours, that'll give your website a real good boost in your rank. And sometimes too, you can get on there onto Lowe's.com, or they can refer back to yours, but they ask you, you know, if you want us to refer back to yours, then you'll have to pay us like $100 a month or whatever. And sometimes it's worth it, you know, to rank your site. And so I'm going to go back to this overview and show you something. So this is an example. So like, for example, so they have 680 now. Historically, they've had over 20,000 backlinks, and they've lost some of that. So maybe, you know, in the past, they've paid for some, or they've had some other websites linking back to theirs, and maybe those other websites, either they're no longer in existence, or this company stopped paying for that backlink. And again, I'm getting into the technical stuff, and you probably don't want to hear about it, but this is how Google ranks your website. So they're looking at your referring domains, they're looking at your backlinks, and not all backlinks are created equal, because if you get a backlink, again, from one of those really top national websites, again, like Home Depot, Lowe's, even Walmart, you know, or Ace Hardware, any place where they sell hardwoods or, you know, things like that related to your niche, then the higher Google says, yeah, this, you know, this website is truly it's a real website, and people are wanting this type of information. And so this has, again, to do with the map section, really. This has to do with being down in that organic section. Going back to it again. Map section, organic section. And so that's how I use this tool to kind of see where we're at. The other thing too is, because this footprints floor is on that very first page for wood floor installation, I would like to see what organic keywords that they use on their website to rank them that high. And so here, yeah, all of these don't even make sense. So it seems like they're also you know, they do some work outside of San Antonio. Okay, so wood floor repair Houston, hardwood floor repair Raleigh, North Carolina, floor repair. So so let's say, for example, I'm going to look for one maybe that says San Antonio. Yeah, I don't see any right now. Okay, I don't see any, at least on this very first page for San Antonio, but this is what they're ranking for. So let's say floor repair. Last month, there was a search volume of 1,300 people looking for floor repair. The only problem with floor repair is that it's a national keyword. It could be floor repair anywhere. It could be floor repair up in New York. You know, we don't know. There was a 1,300 search volume for that. And that's why I was looking for San Antonio, to see what it looks like for the searches locally. I'm gonna jump into the second page and see if I could find any. I don't think they have a second page, because they only have 40-some keywords. Okay, so I mean, just based on this, not finding anything in San Antonio, we can definitely rank you higher for wood floor installation. We'll put you know, hardwood floor installation San Antonio, hardwood floor near me, or installation near me, hardwood contractors San Antonio. And we don't have to stick to San Antonio. We can put shirts, we can put Converse, we can put Bulverde, Florence, whatever you want to put, wherever you want to target. Okay, so that's an example, again, of how I do what they call backlinks. And backlinks is what gets you to down here, okay? And so the website, that's the footprints.floor. And I tried to do it on, just to show you, I tried to do it on your Facebook page. And this is where you know, Google's not going to rank you, or it's not going to show you how you're ranking based on a Facebook page, because all they're picking up are backlinks for Facebook. And you see there's no organic keywords, there's no traffic. I forgot to show you. So for this company here, this Footprints, with a with their referring domains and their backlinks, they only had 1 visit last month. So that's not much, right? And so I can definitely help. And the reason for that, they only had 1 visit, was because they're not ranking for San Antonio. They were, as you saw in the organic keywords, they're ranking for other cities, you know, ranking for Raleigh, North Carolina, for Houston. I don't see any San Antonio here. So we can definitely beat them when it comes to hardwood floor installation. Okay. And then, again, this is the search volume. Over here is their position. So for wood floor repair Houston, they're on page 2, because every page is only 10 businesses. So being on position 14, they're on page 2 for this keyword. Let me see if they're ranked high for anything. Top 10. They're not. Okay. All right. And hardwood floor repair Raleigh. Okay, so again, we'll go ahead and instead put San Antonio. Okay, so so that's it. And then the other thing too that I like to do in terms of helping you rank is on this front page, if you decide to either, and I'm doing it with my lead generation page, on this front page, you want anywhere from, you know, at least anywhere between 1,000 to 1,500 or more words on this front page. And the reason for that is because it tells Google, you know, really what your website is all about. And so I say 1,000 to 1,500 or more, because that gives you enough wordings or enough space to put information as far as keywords that are relevant to your services. So we can talk a lot about wood floor insulation and wood floor repair and resurface and refinish in 1,500 words. And again, Google likes that. See these, and I chose these guys because they had the insulation and restoration and repair. And that's what I'm doing again with my website. And the other thing too, in order to optimize your website, is I would take any photos and make sure that they're again talking about your business. So like, let's say if I were to save this one. Okay, so let's see if I can bring this up here. Oh, I can't show it to you, but can't pull it down. But any pictures up here on your front page, you want to save it as a, you know, one of your services. So like, these are all links, so I don't think I could save it. Save as. Yeah, it's links. Okay. They don't even have photos. I mean, I can't even save this one. Save as. I mean, I can, but it doesn't. It's just, okay, it's saying flooring services near me, Footprints. You can't see it. I can't even pull it down for some reason. Okay, and I would definitely put more pictures. And I'm going to bring up the website that I'm working on, the San Antonio Wood Floor Services. Okay, and then of course this is mine. And for this page, what I always try to do with all of my websites is I try to put a click to call button on there. And I always put a form, because a lot of people, you know, they want to contact you. They want to be able to find something to either just click or to submit and not have to keep clicking, you know, contact us here and so forth. So I always put a free estimate or a contact form and a click to call button there. And as you can see here, I have at least anywhere between 1,000 to 1,500 words on this first page. Okay. And what I can do with this one, if you want to go ahead and use this site, is up here, maybe on the picture itself, or down at the bottom, I can put, services provided by, or professional flooring services provided by Garza Flooring. And then, of course, I'm going to go ahead and correct this where it matches your hours and days closed. What I like about having this phone number here, as you can see, is that I'm able to forward it to you, and that if you, let's say, miss any phone calls, I can see that and, let you know that, hey, over the month of March, you've had 10 phone calls and you've answered 5 of them, and the other 5 weren't answered, and then it also leaves their phone number where I can see them. I can give them to you, and that way you can call them back and just say, hey, this is wood flooring services. Did you need an estimate, or however you want to address that. I don't really look at the I don't even really look at the phone calls, because that's between you and your customer. And then, of course, with this, anybody can fill that out, their email, whatever the project details, send an estimate, and that goes straight to your email. Okay. And that's pretty much it. Now, I'm not sure if I answered all of your questions, but at least you can see, how I'm doing this. And so these just talk about the services. So design, installation, maintenance, repair, sanding, refinishing. Then I just gave a little bit of information between engineered versus solid and hardwood. And then again, if there's any other specific words that you want me to rank for, can definitely do that. If there's any type of flooring, we talked about that type of flooring I asked you earlier. I started with a P. And so we can definitely rank for that if you work with it, because that one had a lot of search volume, and that's why I was asking you about that. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, and I'll be glad to answer them. And then that way, you'll have no more, or at least you'll be clarified as to what I can do to help. Of course, the other thing we can do, and you might have already tried it, are those Google ads. We can also do the Facebook ads, since you already have a Facebook page. Social media management, if you feel that that's a little bit too much for you, we can also do that. You can also set up GMB accounts other than where you're already at. So a lot of things, just, inquire, and I'll get you that information. Other than that, Rocky, again, you have my number. Feel free to give me a call. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.